Alright gang, I've been kind of wanting to put together a little video about this series of books. It's called Ballantines, History of the Violent Era. Excuse me. Ballantines, Illustrated History of the Violent Century. There's some 180 some odd books in this series, and I guess what I'll do is I'll break it down into little groups. They're color-coded by leaders, campaigns, and battles. So, it's too bad my lighting is not so good. So, let's take a look at what we got here. Believe it or not, I have the whole series. I collected these when I was a little kid. And I was missing, like, I don't know, 15 or 20 of them. And I found the actual list on the internet. And I just started filling them in. Like, there's Guderian. We'll just go through some of them. There's Guderian, Scorzani, Rommel. This is Rommel and Scorzani are, like, probably the most collectible. Some of the most collectible. Patton. Mussolini, Student, Rundstedt, Eisenhower, what a great man he was, Halsey, Heydrich. When I was buying these up, I would just get boxes of them from people. They'd sell me these entire boxes of them. Churchill, de Gaulle, another Patton, Slim, Tojo. That was one of the harder ones to find. Tojo, Montgomery and his Irvin, Lawrence of Arabia. That's one of the more rare ones. I don't know why. Zhukov. This must have been an eBay one I bought. Tito, Goering, Patton again, Stilwell, Rundstedt, Stauffenberg, Yamashita, Goebbels, Hitler, Mountbatten. I think this is another hard to find one, Mountbatten. Churchill again, Himmler, Bradley. Hopefully this lighting's good for you. MacArthur, and there's another de Gaulle. Like I said, I've got duplicates of a lot of these. Let me see how many I can really pull out and show you, because I may have to break this up into a couple videos. But there's about 180 some odd books in this series, and like I said, I found the master list on the eBay, not the eBay, on the internet. And then there's a series that they called a black series. This is one of the most sought after. Well, I wouldn't say sought after, but this, yeah, I guess you could say sought after. Most people like to buy this one. It's got a lot of military pictures in it. It's really neat. And then I probably have duplicates. Hitler Youth. That's another kind of sought after one. Black Shirts Fascism in Britain. That's a rare one. Berlin Blockade. That's a really neat one. Oh, I got 3 Berlin blockades. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, I may have to break this up. Waffen SS, a very popular one. Most people want that one. Some of these really got some dust. Got to do some real cleaning here. So at some point in time, they did different series of them. Or how do I say, editions? And so this was an edition where they did it in silver. And, yeah, I may have to break this up into groups because there's so many of them. Oh, there's another MacArthur from that leadership era, or leadership series. I'm always disorganized. That's just me. Oh, here's some other ones of that black series. Reichstag, Fire. That's a really neat. You know, if you follow history and you ask questions, there was a lot of blaming to do with. There was a lot of blaming about the Reichstag fire, but they never had an official list of suspects. Ever think about that? They never did. Kind of unusual. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here's a whole bunch of them that are black. Let's look at those. And the Rape of Ethiopia, that is a rare one. Nazi Regalia again. This is a different edition. That's another sought-after one that people look for. We've got a couple of those. Well, that's Nazi Regalia. This is SS Regalia. If you collect military, these are good ones to have. There's none on American stuff. Freedom for Women, that's a rare one. My guess is this was like $150, $200 book, if you could find it. I think what it is, they just didn't make a lot of them. And this is still in the Black series. The Conspirators of 1944, very interesting book. Night of the Long Knives. Really poor lighting in here. Maybe I'll do another different one in another area in my house. It's got better lighting. Night of the Long Knives. This is another oddball one. I think this is a rare one too. Warsaw Rising. Yeah, I got 3 of those. Like I said, I used to buy a whole bunch of them at once, you know. I'd buy whole boxes just to get to a couple of the ones I wanted. Nuremberg Trials. That's a pretty common one. And that's another, see how it says Politics in Action. That's hard to see, I guess. Yeah, so you can see Politics in Action, and that's the Black series. Let's see if we can pull out these yellow ones. I think I'm going to do this in a couple series for you. They're really neat books. 6-Day War. Gotta have some good color vision to see these, I guess, huh? Breakout, Drive to the Sun. Very good book. Oh, there's another one, same thing. Operation Torch. That seems to be a kind of a campaign. What are they calling that one? Campaign. Okay. So there was a campaign series. Yeah, campaign series again. Schweinfurt. Campaign series. Guadalcanal. This is probably a more uncommon one, hard to find. Bur Hakim, Desert Citadel. Okay, that's those. I think I've got some more of them down here. I'm gonna just try to pull out just that campaign series. This is kind of dusty down here. The Raiders. Sicily. A lot of them. I really don't sell anything. I guess that's my problem, huh? Breakout to the Sun. That's the Bomber Offensive. Boy, that's a neat one. And Campaign Book 7. Japan, Final Agony. And then these ones are another series of campaign books. Opening Moves, August 14. This might be the way to do it. Show it to you. Breakout, Drive to the Sun. Normandy, it's got that purple kind of color to the edge. These are just absolutely fantastic books. Pacific Onslaught, I think that was a hard to find one. Normandy, Bridgehead, Barbarossa, that's a fantastic one. That's a fantastic one. New Guinea. The tide is stemmed. Japan, Final Agony, B29. Japan, Final Agony. So you got Nuremberg Rallies. Now this is this was kind of a sought after one. Maybe, I don't know if it is still, but it was a sought after one when I was really collecting. Death Railway. Okay, this is a tough one. This was like $100, $200 one back in the day. I don't know if it is now. Once people find out stuff's valuable, you know, then it comes out of the woodwork. Olympiad 1936. Medici, what a horrible story that is. If you get a chance, read up on that. Genocide, this is one of those dark ones in the series. Yeah, we know what that is. Bloody Ulster, that's another rare one. You're not going to see that one very often. Bomber Offensive, Devastation of Europe. Fantastic book. See what I mean? And this is, I have all these, and I probably have at least another 100 hidden away. Tanganyikan Guerrilla East African Campaign, that's a tough one. Over the Hump, China. Pacific Onslaught, that was a tough one. The Winter War, this is my family's history right here. Fighting the Russians, that's a pretty neat one. Barbarossa again. Africa Corps, boy, that's a neat one. If you get a chance, make sure you get that one and read that. I think I got a couple of those, yeah. France 1940. I'm going to have to move this. Defeat in Malaya, that was a tough one. These are just obscure ones. I think what it is, they just didn't produce a whole lot of them, and that's why they were kind of hard to find. Defeat in Malaya again. Let's see, move that over. Yeah, this might be the way to show them to you. Pacific Victory. New Georgia Pattern for Victory. Schweinfurt. The Ball Bearing Factory hits. Fall of the Philippines, that's another great one. I think I showed you that one. Sicily, Whose Victory? I think there's one just on Anzio too. Let's see. Sicily. Crazy, huh? Sicily, God. The Raiders, we've seen that. Raiders again. Raiders again. Africa Corps, there it is again. You know, I used to go to these gun shows, and I would go to these military stores when I was really heavy into collecting, and that's how I'd find all this weird stuff. Yom Kippur War, that's another rare one. That one is a tough one to find. At least it was when I was collecting. Iwo Jima, Marines. Pacific Victory. Grenades and Mortars. That's the weapons series. They had a series just on the weapons. I can never get this camera. Just get it just right. Yeah, there it is. Books, weapons. Barrage, Guns in Action. Murals, Marauders. I think that was a difficult one for me back in the day. They might be a lot more easily found now. I don't know. Okay, let's go over. Let's look at some more. I'm going to have to organize this somewhat, huh? We already looked at those guys. Alright, what do we got? Okay, ooh, easy, easy. Pearl Harbor. That's that battle series. And Tarawa. Marines. Battle for Berlin. Fantastic book. Absolutely fantastic. Kursk, another fantastic one. Casino, the monastery hit. I got a helmet from there. Tarawa, Salerno, Anzio. See, there's that. Then there's that one on Sicily, and then there's one on Anzio. Kasserine, Baptism of Fire. Bastogne, Battle of the Bulge. These were made, I want to say, in the 70s. London's Burning, Kasserine, Battle of the Reichswald, Salerno again, D-Day, Argonne, 1918. That was a tough one. Like I said, some of these books today may not be so tough. I mean, they may be out there now. Their Finest Hour, Battle of Britain. Oh, it's a must-read for sure. What do we got here? Siege of Leningrad. Boy, that's a scary one. Siege, the 900-Day Siege, too, is a fantastic book if you get a chance to read that. Ploesti Oil Strike by Yugoslavia, if I'm correct. Leyte Gulf, Marines, Casino again. Yeah, I guess we could go through this. But this is, believe it or not, gang, this is the whole series. And I noticed nobody did this on the YouTube, so I thought, well, God, that'd be neat to do that. Because I know there's a lot of collector people that would like to see these old books. They probably see them and they're wondering, God, how many did they actually make? Oh boy, okay, here we go. And you know what? One time I had found some books, some of this series, and it was in Italian. And I just couldn't come together on a price with the guy, so whatever. B29. Like I said, the cheapest way for me to buy them back in the day is I'd buy big groups of them. New Guinea, Tide is Stemmed. Yeah, I got that one already. Liberation of the Philippines. Operation Torch, North Africa. Carpathian Disaster, Death of an Army. Bur Hakim, Desert Citadel, that was a tough one. Zeebrugge, Midway. You know, this is crazy, the true story. When I lived out in California, I worked with a guy who was a retired Navy fighter pilot, and he was at the Battle of Midway. I worked at a garage for him. Really neat guy, really neat guy. Boy, he could tell you stories from hell you wouldn't believe. Bastogne, Battle of the Bulge. What do we got here? Siege of Leningrad. Yeah, even if you bought like 10 or 20 of these books, there's a couple of them you have to buy. Kursk, definitely. Airborne Carpet. Operation Market Garden. So we're going over the whole thing here, gang. Pearl Harbor. Okinawa, Defense of Moscow, excellent book, Raid on St. Nazaire, Battle of the Reichswald. Okay, so here we go, Anzio. So here's that Silver series. Must have been like the last of them that they were making at the time. Fantastic series of books. London's Burning. Battle of the Ruhr Pocket, Beta Fom, that was a tough one. Armored Onslaught, August 18. Vimy Ridge, I think that was a tough one. Finest Hour, Battle of Britain, definite must read. Stalingrad, that's the classic. Rhine Crossing. Argonne, 1918. Dien Bien Phu. Yeah, that's a definite tough one. I remember that one was tough to get. Finest Hour. Rhine Crossing. Stalingrad again. Battle for Berlin, classic. Iwo Jima. Well, I could tell you stories, gang, like you wouldn't believe. Tobruk, the Siege. I used to have a neighbor who was a Marine, and he was at all the island invasions. And that guy was just the toughest guy you ever met in your life. Just a fantastic human being. Uncle Frank, I used to call him. Wonderful, wonderful guy. And he was at all the island invasions. He'd just tell you horror stories like you wouldn't believe. Let's see. Keep looking up here. A little cleaning while I'm moving around stuff. Infantry weapons. Guy with the Tommy gun. Oh yeah, okay, so these are kind of neat ones too. Rocket fighter, there's the Comet. Flying Tigers, Chenault. Chindits. Long range penetration. Trench fighting. Suicide weapon of the kamikaze pilots. Allied secret weapons like V2 and all that. Tank force, allied armor. Gas. World War I. B-29. Wellington bomber. What we got here? Airborne. Fallschirmjäger. German secret weapons. Blueprint for Mars. Pacific Hawk. Barrage guns in action. Rotterdam, been there. Invasion of Holland. Midget submarines. That one was a tough one, I think. Grenades and mortars. Hitler's high seas fleets. That's a real neat one to read. Bismarck. PT boats. Rotterdam again. And this series is the battle series. There's like a campaign series. And there was a battle series. And the battle series was in blue. Alright, keep on going here, gang. Russian T-34. Guns 1418. Airborne again. Pull this stack out, see what we got. See, dusty, gotta do some real cleaning here. Japanese high seas fleets, Yamamoto. Just neat stuff, gang, really neat. If you like history, this definitely must have. Guns 1914, 1918, guns 3945. German armor, that's a neat one. German armor again. High seas fleet. T-34. So I'd buy like say 20, 30 of these books at a time just to get like one or two titles I wanted. Hitler's Leibstandard. I think I saw the other one in this whole pile. This is one of the sought after ones, especially in good condition. Yeah, people like that SS stuff. German General Staff. Condor Legion. Yeah, Condor, a very good book. Merrill's Marauders. These guys were such tough guys, man. Mosquito. Aircraft carrier. ME-109. Airborne again. Barrage, guns in action. The Mailed Fist Panzer Division, that was a great one. Oops, excuse me. Here we go. Guns again. Goddamn guns again. P-51 Bomber Escort. Luftwaffe Adolf Galland. Yeah, you know, I have a postcard signed by him, wearing his Irvin with his dog. Interesting. Rotterdam Lancaster Bomber. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Berlin Blockade again. And Luftwaffe. Wow, gang. So like I said, crazy. But you know what? Like I still have probably at least another 100 that are just quintuplicates. Like 5 of the same book. This gives me an opportunity to organize this a little bit. Let's just take a look. So on the backs, it would give you a little story, what was in it. And the pictures of the inside were pretty much all black and white. But, oh wow, just fantastic, fantastic books written, say, in 1970s, when a lot of these World War II vets were still around. Like I said, there's 180 some odd books in the series. You could mostly find them pretty cheap on the eBay. What I'd recommend if you want to build the series is just buy those big lots. People have a lot of them for like, say, 25, 50 bucks. Pay the $100 or whatever it is. And then just the list is on the internet. Just get that list. You'll find it. Ballantines, Illustrated History of World War II. Somebody maybe even on Reddit has it, but I remember seeing that on there, and I printed it, and I would just mark off the books that I had and what the ones I was looking for. And some of those oddballs that I was telling you when I found them here in the pile, those were the hard to find ones. It wasn't so much the subject. It was, well, the subject being probably not as popular. Less people are interested in the Six-Day War than they are in, say, Battle of the Bulge or Battle of Kursk. So, but they're really neat books. If you like to read, if you like to learn about history, and neat stuff, really neat stuff. So there it is, gang. There is my collection of Ballantines Illustrated History of World War II. When I was a little kid, I was like 7, 8 years old, and my folks had lived through World War II, and my mom was from Finland, and so we went to a place called Stockman's department store in Helsinki, and here I was, a little kid, and I was demanding my mother buy me some book on some of these books, and so I would get them from all over the world, and then, like I said, I got to probably 90% of the collection, and the last 10% I had to find them on eBay because I was just not going to find them anywhere else. Back in the day when I was really hunting these down, I think the most I spent for a book was like $100. Could be a lot more now. Could be, but it's a lot of fun collecting them. It really was. And the ones that I went over, Stalingrad, etc., Africa Corps, those were probably some of my favorites. Siege of Leningrad, those were probably some of my favorites. So there it is, gang. There's the collection. Hope you enjoy it. Hope it grasps your interest to go maybe start collecting them, because they are neat. So we'll catch you on the next YouTube. Hopefully I can save some dogs on my other YouTubes. That's my passion, is saving lives. So we'll catch you next time, gang.